6 out of 10. Well, the 10 out of 10 for the South African one. Yeah, I like that. But and the other Ginny and Joanne and Nicola all scored 24. So I think we've got one more question to go. We're going to be kind of, I would imagine, very, very tight scores because they haven't been moving a lot recently, whatever. But so we'll go for the last one. Is going to be 3 dinner guests, alive or dead. And we will start this time with Nicola.
Oh, no.
Oh.
So, I thought this one was really hard because obviously you want to like talk to everyone as well. But I couldn't help but think about like Graham Norton, not as but like his show, because like you're watching it and you kind of think, geez, they'd be great crack to go for a pint with, and you'd love to kind of have the chats with them and stuff. But definitely one person who I would love to just sit down and have the crack with is Phoebe Waller.
Yeah,
she's great. She just seems so lovely and such crack, and just one of those kind of people that like get enough drinks in her, she'll tell you what she's not supposed to tell you. You know, that sort of way, but in a funny way. Not, you don't want to be listening to any deep dark secrets like that.
No, but like I can imagine from her writing that she even from that, like the way she writes and how she writes, I would say she's great crack.
Yeah, it's like she says what you're not supposed to say.
Yeah,
but you're like,
yeah. You know? Like Olivia Colman's kind of like that actually.
Yeah, that was another one. I was kind of in a toss-up, but sure, you only let me have 3. So
I know, but it's only a table that can fit 4.
Well, that's just.
I'm sorry, didn't make the table.
I was now, and the other one. I know it's really typical. I know it's really kind of cliche and stuff, but I would love to go for dinner with Barack Obama.
Yeah.
Like I just would. I have his book inside and wait to read it and stuff like that. But I just think he'd be sound, but he'd have just so much to talk about too as well. Like, it'd be so interesting. But now, see, I was wondering, do you get a couple for the price of one? Because I wouldn't mind Michelle there either.
Well, you got to pick your favorite of the two.
That's cheating. Good questions, very relevant.
Hang on a second, Tracy. Just let me deal with this. All right. Between, if you pick, who do you prefer, Barack or Michelle? No, you don't say the same because that's not true. We don't like anyone the same.
I suppose if I was going to lean into it, Michelle. I'd probably lean to Michelle.
So you went from a 10 to a 9. I know somebody. No, that's not true. I didn't write that. I didn't. So Michelle, you're going to go with Michelle. You're going to go with Michelle.
I'll go with Michelle. Yeah,
okay.
I think she knows an awful lot of what happens behind the closed doors. See, she's the wife, so she's not constrained.
That's
whereas
true.
Like Barack is like, oh no, I have to be, I'm the ex-president and whatnot. But she'd be like, here, wait, and I tell you. Oh yeah, exactly. I'd be like, Shelley, come here, tell me this.
Shelley.
Me and Shell.
Yeah, it's getting shorter every time you say the word.
Can you imagine calling Shell?
Just Shell. Hey, Shell.
My God, mortal. And then, I'm going to stick with an all-female table. I have 2 fellas there, but I'm going to stick with all-female. And the other one, because I think Phoebe Waller and her would be fierce crack to just sit back and watch, is Miriam Margolyes.
Oh, she's great.
I think I would just get a heap of wine, leave it on the table, sit back and just watch what happens.
She's amazing, yeah. The stuff she says on just national television is ghastly. Joanne.
Okay. Sure, look, it's like, whoever wants to come to dinner, like, can come to dinner.
That's not the rules. You can't just invite everyone.
Okay, so I had to do my favorite artist is like traditionally, so growing up, my favorite artist was Salvador Dali. I would love to have dinner with Salvador Dali. Yeah. That would be just so cool. He's such a character. I'd love to pick his brains about so many things. And just, that'd be amazing. So just me and Salvador would be cool.
Okay.
And Sally.
I don't really care who else is there. Like
Sal, yeah.
He strikes me as somebody that would never leave.
Yeah, he would never leave your house.
No. You get him in and you'd never get him out.
You'd just fall asleep eventually, and then he'd have to go. Like
you'd have to get him some of Ginny's airplane vaccine or whatever it is.
Yes.
And chuck that in his arm and roll him down the hill.
Some of that
out
the gap. That'd be the only way of getting rid of him.
And he'd appreciate it because he's he's creative in his own way, isn't he?
He's incredible, absolutely incredible. So I literally don't care who else is there. I put down Donald Trump for the crack.
Jesus
God.
God, how many points do you want from this? How many points do you want from this round?
A million, obviously.
No, you're not getting any for that.
Michael Jackson.
Oh God, I don't know if it, who's worse?
And it's so controversial. I was like, will I say Michael Jackson? I'm just putting him in there. It's happening.
I've had dinner with Michael Jackson. Oh my God.
Have you actually?
I had your dream dinner guest.
Hang on a second.
Here now?
No,
What's happening?
It was breakfast actually. It wasn't dinner, but he was at the same dinner. He was at the same dinner table with his kids. Yeah.
What? When did this happen?
I worked in a recording studio, and him and his children.
Oh yeah.
And Nanny stayed with us for just over 5 months. So he used to be in my office in the morning with his shower cap on, going, "Hey Tracy, how are you?" The most surreal part of my life ever. Yeah, he was there for months. So there, your dream dinner guest was at the table.
Right. Donald Trump wasn't there as well.
No sign of Donald. No, thank God.
He wasn't recording that day.
He wasn't recording. Laying down some beats.
Yeah. You can imagine it's a gangster rap. That's. I mean, you really sabotaged your scores on that one. Because I can't give you much scores for those two.
Sure, what can you do?
No, but there, it's your fantasy, and you have it.
Matters.
That's exactly it. Tracy, how about you?
I bet you can guess one of mine.
I know we've had chat. Is it a musical?
I'm in love with? Not in a very wholesome way. I love this man so much. I've never met him.
Okay. Is it a musical person?
I think.
Is he from Limerick?
Oh, Blind Boy.
Oh yeah, I'd have to have Blind Boy. I tell my friends all the time, I love Blind Boy, and they go, and I go, no, I love Blind Boy.
Yeah. You're actually in love with him.
Yeah, I'm not joking. What do you call that? Is that a parasocial thing? He doesn't know me, but I feel like he is my friend, and I love him dearly. So I want him there because he's so entertaining. He's witty. If I'm having me dinner, I don't want to be all starstruck. I want people that can chat away and keep me entertained while I shovel food into my face, because that's my favorite thing to do in the whole world. So Blind Boy is there, and he's entertaining, and he's keeping us going. And then I also have a woman called Esther Perel. And Esther Perel is a Belgian psychotherapist, and she is possibly the most engaging person I've ever watched. She has a TED Talk, and she has a channel, and she just talks about, how humans interact, and about how we have like an inherent need for both freedom and security. And listening to her is just so fascinating. She's really, really cool. She's the daughter of two Jewish death camp or Nazi concentration camp survivors, and they're the only people from their families that survived, her mom and dad. So she's a really interesting take on relationships in the world, and she's just got a glint in her eye. She's a cool woman. So I want her there with Blind Boy. And then I'm going to bring in a lady called Snow the Product.
Okay.
Snow the Product is actually, she's an American Mexican. She's married Mexican parents. She's a rapper, but she doesn't have any of the kind of I'm too cool swagger of most rappers. She has a YouTube channel again. Her and her partner Juju. She's with a woman called Juju. She has a child called Baby Drew from a previous relationship. And their YouTube channel is so entertaining because you get to watch them kind of just interact. They're funny. And they also bring you into the studio where she's making music. But she's just a really talented, but no bullshit kind of person. And I just think she'd be great crack herself. And Blind Boy would shoot the shit about music, and Esther would talk about relationships, and life would be great. And meanwhile, I'd just eat me dinner. It'd be grand.
Yeah,
I was going to say Joe Rogan, Ben Shapiro, and what's the guy that does the
Piers Morgan?
Jordan Peterson. So the holy trinity of edgelords, but I didn't. I knew that would really annoy him. Did
you listen to the lads one?
Yes.
Because that's what Josh did, and he ruined his chances of winning he was raging. He was raging after, and I'm not making this up. He was like, "Do you think if I didn't say those, I might have got higher up in the?" Yeah, you would have if you didn't say Piers Morgan, Jordan Peterson, and Joe Rogan.
I have to put it in a charger. I'm going to lose you if I don't.
Yeah, go on.
Thank you. 2 minutes.
Ginny, you're 3.
Okay, so I just kind of went with kind of like easy, just people who would have stories and people who would just have like really cool stories, and then people who have a laugh, and then possibly once the drink is flowing, we get a bit of like music going. So I went with, first of all, I've always said I'd want to go on a beer with him, Dave Grohl.
That would be
Just shit cool. He's just he just seems so down to earth, and he's just so funny, and I just think he'd just be so cool. He'd just make everyone feel at ease, I think. And then my second person is Billy Connolly. I just think Billy Connolly is, again, I think he has lived such a life. I think he'd have so many stories, but the way he'd tell them would just be so hilarious. Like, I grew up looking at all his videos. We used to get them once, like every Christmas. The new Billy Connolly video was what we used to get as a family. So I would love, and then, you know, he loves a bit of our music as well. He loves getting out the banjo.
Yeah.
So he'd be for the session as well. And then to top it all off, I'd have to have my queen there, Stevie Nicks.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
She would have
the best group ever.
So I just, Stevie is just queen. And again, stories, music, I think it'd be just fun. And of course, you know, swapping hats and stuff like that would be cool as well. So
I think, like Dave Grohl seems like just a very, you know, for the success he's had, is very ordinary person, like in the way he talks to other people. And obviously Billy Connolly's kind of always been like that, the kind of everyman. But Stevie Nicks, I would say, would have some absolutely unbelievable stories, and I think she'd be such a good guest to have on.
I'd want a table where I don't ask questions. Like you know, I don't want to know the ins and outs. Just sit there and just tell me stories about what you have done. That's what.
And that's I can't remember, to be honest. I'm sure John Lennon was probably on mine. I think I did, but I know you were saying it was only 3 and given out. I think I was given 5.